So this week, I'm back in the United States. This week I really wanted to talk a whole bunch about my Norway trip. I know I didn't record last Friday, but I was kind of jet lagged and trying to get all caught up and everything, so we'll ignore that for now. I also really want to talk about baby boy's second birthday because he's 2 now, and we had his birthday on Saturday, which was awesome. He had a great time, and it's just been an absolute joy to watch him kind of grow and change and do stuff. But all of that's not really what I want to focus on this week. This week, it was a rough week. I mean, Saturday unleashed some just horribleness, and I feel it's important to talk about it. If you're not aware, or you haven't paid attention to the news at all, there were white neo-Nazis and nationalists who came down in Charlottesville, Virginia. They had a planned protest. Counter-protesters came in and counter-protested, and for lack of a better term, all hell broke loose, and somebody died because a crazy, uninformed person who just hated came in with a car and hit and drove through a crowd and killed somebody. And I'm honestly struggling for the words to kind of express my feelings on this. There's just been so much that's happened in just a few days. I mean, this is Thursday night that I'm talking about this, so this is less than a week old, and everything's just so raw. It's terrible. To be honest, I don't know how to talk about this. I'm slightly glad school hasn't started back yet. The end of summer, this is my last full week home with baby boy, and next week he goes back to daycare and I go back to school. I won't have students till after Labor Day, but I don't know how to talk about this. I'm not going to get political. I'm not going to go anywhere near what's going on, whose fault it is, or anything like that. What I want to say to my students, and this video is really for my past students, my current students, and my future students, is that I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we as adults can't figure out what the heck we want. I'm sorry that we can't come together as a nation, come together as people, as humans on this earth, and do better. I'm sorry that hate, bigotry, and just non-care for fellow human beings exist in this world. I'm sorry that our leaders don't even agree on what was wrong on what happened. I'm sorry that this is your example of what democracy is. I have absolutely no idea how to talk about this. I'm a tech ed teacher. I'm not a social studies teacher. I'm not an English teacher. I'm not somebody who really deals with like the current events kind of thing. When we talk in class, we joke around, we have fun, we go through and work on stuff, and we complete projects, and we build stuff, and we do cool things. This is completely foreign to what my brain kind of processes. But it's so important to speak up. It's monumentally important that I do not remain silent on this. It's monumentally important that as adults, as people, as citizens, we take a stand on this, that we do better, that we become better. There is zero space for the people that did these things, that came in and decided to spread hate. There's no place for that hate, that disregard for human life to thrive, to live, to even be a thought in what we do. I just don't have words for what's going on in my brain, what's going on in my heart right now. I'm just sad. I just want us to be better. And again, to my students, I'm sorry that the adults in this country can't figure out what the heck they want, what the heck is the right course of action, where we need to be. I'm sorry. And it's important for me to speak out about it. It's important for me to say something and to do something, because silence and inaction is acceptance of what's going on, and that just can't stand. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know how we fix this. I don't know. But I do know that it's important to listen, to speak thoughtfully, and try to imagine others complexly. It's an unbelievably hard thing to do today, is to imagine where people are coming from, where their viewpoints exist, and what's going on with that. But if we're really going to have an open conversation, if we're really going to try to do better, we need to understand where people come from. We need to understand their viewpoints and then build from there. And I'm not talking about all of the viewpoints at all. I'm talking about the viewpoints of people who are rational and want to have a conversation. People who are spewing hate have no voice. They should not be listened to, should not be discussed in what's going on. But folks, that's what I have this week. I've watched a lot of news. I've read a lot. I'm sorry.